Hello everyone, it is E and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be whipping up a few more homemade amiibo cards to use with my Nintendo Switch and Animal Crossing New Horizons. To be honest with you all, I've kind of lost a little bit of steam with New Horizons. I just finished paying off my final home loan a couple of days ago, and I feel like it was too easy. I don't know. I played the original Animal Crossing for the GameCube for years, multiple years before I managed to finish paying off that loan. Partially it was because I gave up on paying off the loan for a little while before returning to it. But it felt like there was a reason to go back and play that game year after year after year. With New Horizons, I mostly feel like I'm just waiting for new events to occur. Right now is the Museum Day event with the stamp rally, which is fun. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt, but it's really, really easy. Another issue that I have with New Horizons is that the pacing of the game does seem to be a little wacky. It's possible to complete your entire fossil collection after only a couple months of playing the game. The game released almost 2 months ago, and my fossil collection is not complete, but is very, very close to being complete. The fish and bugs are pretty quick to collect as well. Obviously, you have to wait for seasonal changes or month changes to get new species, but basically, every time that there's a new month, you can very quickly and easily add probably 5 or 10 new species to each of the bug and fish collections. However, since the paintings and the art was added to the game, it is incredibly slow to add that. Right now, our museum only has, I think, 2 pieces of art in it. The treasure trawler was on my island today with Jolly Red on it, and he was, selling his art, of course. But when I inspected all 4 pieces of art, they were all fakes. So it takes a week or 2 for him to come to your island. It's not guaranteed that you'll get Red on your island every week. So you might have to wait 2 weeks for a Red to come to your island. And then when he gets there, he doesn't even have any art you can add to your museum. It's incredibly frustrating. And it seems like I will probably be able to finish my fish and bug collections, of course, within a year of playing this game. But the art collection will probably take much longer than that because there's going to be days where I'm not going to play Animal Crossing New Horizons. I don't think that I've played it every single day, at least for like 15 minutes since the game was released. But there's going to come a day where I forget to play, and then that day will turn into due days and so on and so forth. There will probably be weeks where I forget to play as the year goes on. And as that happens, I'm going to continue to miss Jolly Red arriving on my island, and I'm going to miss the opportunity to buy new art that week. So while the fish and bugs, it's not like you have to play every single day to have the opportunity to complete those collections. You do have to basically play Animal Crossing New Horizons every single day to check to see if Red's on your island and to buy the art. And then when he does arrive, he may not even have a single legitimate art piece to buy. That is frustrating to me, to have to wait so long for him to come, and then when he does arrive, his art's fake. Anyway, I have decided to finish making all of my amiibo cards, all of my DIYs. I still have a handful more to make, but I wanted to make this video to show again the process of how I do that, and also to show off the ones that I've made in between videos. So in my original video, I think I had 5 completed. At this point, I think I have probably closer to 20 amiibo cards completed, so I've made quite a few. For my video this time, I decided to choose probably 3 of the most popular Animal Crossing characters to make into amiibos, just because I don't know, I guess I'm trying to appeal to more people. I think these characters are cute, but these 3 characters that I'm making in this video are not. They're not in my top 10 characters in Animal Crossing. But anywho, I have Molly, who I've completed already, at least a drawing of it, and Marina, who is an octopus. Now, this is just my opinion, but for the female villagers, the popular ones are basically all normal types. Marina and Molly are both normal villagers, and I feel like calling them normal is a little unfair because it makes them seem unexciting, but also then at the same time it's like, well, it's not like the snooty villagers are abnormal. I think that the normal villagers could be better classed as like sweet or maybe timid or something like that. It would be a more effective descriptor of the normal type villagers. In case anybody is curious as to what's coming up on this channel, I've put out a lot of Animal Crossing content since the game released. Most of the videos that I've published on my channel since March 20th have been Animal Crossing related, but as I said earlier in this video, I'm kind of not losing interest in the game, but just, you know, there's less to talk about now since the game has been out for 2 months, and I think that, you know, even online you're not seeing as many like memes and stuff for the game as maybe once did. So I have plans for the upcoming month, that is June, for a new video series that I'm going to do, and it's going to be a multi-part series, and I'm really looking forward to that. It's Disney related, so it's kind of one of my other interests. I think I'm going to do a video to celebrate the fact that Avatar: The Last Airbender has returned to Netflix. My family came to visit a few days ago, and we spent basically the whole time that my parents were here binge watching Avatar on Netflix, because I had mentioned that it was my favorite TV show of all time, and my dad was humoring me, and he let me show it to him, and then we binge watched it. We did not finish the series. We got all the way up to the last 5 episodes, which I decided that would be a decent stopping point. My mom was getting tired of watching it, but anyway, I think I'm going to do a series, or maybe not a series, but just one video to talk about my favorite episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now I am drawing the third of the popular Animal Crossing villager amiibo cards, and you can already tell it's a rhino, and maybe you can already guess now that it is Meringue. Meringue is really cute. She's kind of gimmicky. She is supposed to look, I guess, like a fruit pastry or fruit tart, or at least the top of her head. Her 2 horns are a little whipped cream stack and a strawberry, which is cute, and she is dressed like a little chef, I guess a little pastry chef. So I think that that's really sweet. I think that her name is cute and she is cute. I personally don't have plans to invite any of these 3 villagers to come live on my island with me. I like all 3 of them, but I just, you know, I don't feel like I need them on my island. Also, the squid villager type or the octopus villager type is a little bit confusing because it's the only villager type that I can think of. Well, I guess the frogs too, where they're villager types, but they're also critters in your Critterpedia. Like, there's a squid that you can fish up out of the ocean, and you can fish up a frog out of a pond. So it's kind of like this weird, like, ethical conundrum of, like, what do I do with this frog that I have caught? Is it right for me to donate this to a museum to live in captivity when apparently this creature is cognizant and sentient? Anyway, I guess it's best not to think too hard about those things in Animal Crossing. But yeah, I don't really like the octopus villagers that much. I don't know. they're cute or whatever, but they just don't really do it for me. And Zucker is really popular. He looks like that Japanese food. I don't know the name of it. I can't think of it off the top of my head. That's like street food, octopus street food in Japan. And so he looks like he's made of food, kind of like meringue. But everyone likes him, but I think he looks disgusting. Like, he looks like melting dirt. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense what I just said, but yeah, he looks like sludge. And at least Marina is like pink and sweet looking. Like, she looks like she could be a friend of Hello Kitty or something like that. But Zucker is kind of gross. And then there's I think Octavian is his name, who's the other octopus. Now, of all of the octopi in the game, there's only 3 currently. There was another octopus named Inkwell in a previous title, but I don't think he's made it back into the game. I'm pretty sure I've had Octavian in my town before, the cranky octopus, and he just, I don't know, he never did it for me, so I'm just not a big fan of the octopi, but I decided to make a Marina amiibo for myself just because at least it's kind of fun to have a popular villager amiibo card. Of these 3, I think I actually really do like the way that Marine turned out. I was actually kind of intimidated because her design is so, I don't want to say complicated, but she's one of the gimmicky ones. And I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to really capture it, or like I would mess it up somehow. But I think it looks basically exactly like how she's supposed to look. And as far as like my favorite villager types, I'm not really a big fan of the rhinos or like the elephants or the cows. Basically the larger villagers, like the ones that are really like hefty and like thick looking. And it's not that I don't like a thick friend, but the scale of those villagers, I don't really like the scale of them. I prefer the smaller, cuter ones because it makes more sense to me to have a little duck as a neighbor as opposed to a rhino. I don't know. It's funny to me, like when you see like a elephant or a rhino villager standing next to like a squirrel villager, because the squirrels are so tiny. It looks like they're, 2 different subsets of characters almost, if that makes sense. Like, you've got villagers and then you've got the villagers' pets. Like, it looks like the squirrels could be the pets of the rhinos. Alright, and now that I have finished the art for all 3 of my amiibo friends, basically what I do next is I cut them out of the paper that I drew them on, and then I use like this 2-sided tape roll, and I use it to basically tape it down to a thicker piece of cardstock, which you'll see me doing here. And then after I get it onto the cardstock, I cut it out again, and I will attach the NFC sticker. In my previous Making Amiibo video, I go into a little bit more detail about what exactly the process looks like. But if you out there have a Samsung smartphone that is capable of writing NFCs, then you are able to make your own amiibos too, and there's information for how to do that on sites like Reddit. I made Diane and Peanut, or Diana and Peanut into amiibo already. Like, I did their drawings, but I just hadn't had the chance to actually like construct them. So I just went ahead and threw them into this. So I had their little illustrations already done. So you'll see I'm adding the NFC sticker. Some of the villagers that I made into amiibo cards were ones that my husband picked out that he wanted, and Diana was one of his picks. He liked the way that she looked, so I made her for him. And now I'm making my little amiibo logo. I picked out scrapbook paper to be the unique backer for each of these, and then I'm making a little amiibo logo to go on the back to indicate where the NFC chip is on the card. And there I go. I'm adding the NFC indicator on the back. I do want to say that I'm not sure if this will be my last Animal Crossing video. I may possibly make one more just to give a final review of New Horizons, but I may not. I may just leave it at this because I don't want my channel to become an Animal Crossing channel. I mean, I don't want my channel to become anything particularly. I just like doing what I like to do and not thinking too hard about it. This is just something fun for me, so I'm not doing anything particularly to get viewership. But anyway, here are all of the amiibo cards I've made so far. Poppy is a really cute one. Sterling was one that my husband picked out. I think that these are really cute. You'll see Anka here. I actually think I am going to invite her to come live in my village because I need a good snooty villager. And here are the final 5 that I finished up in this video, all completed right here. Thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you made it to the end, and have a great day. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.